guys, I'm Leslie and welcome to my channel. Today is February 22nd and this is Floss Tube number 2. Today I have a couple of whips to show you, a few finishes, and a few things that I picked up at the thrift store. So it's been a couple of weeks, well not quite 2 weeks, since I came to you with my last floss tube, which was my very first floss tube, and I just wanted to say thank you so much to everybody who watched and subscribed to the channel and all the wonderful comments that you guys left me. They were so encouraging. Thank you so much for all of that. I really do appreciate it. I also did get a shout out from another floss tubers channel, Small Town Needleworks. They gave me a shout out on their video, so thank you so much for that. And thank you to all of their subscribers and watchers that came over to our channel. So thank you so much. It was greatly appreciated. So this last week, I didn't do too much. I did get a little bit of stitching done, but it was very nice here in Utah. So we went out and did some hikes. This last weekend, we actually went and found some ancient ruins that somebody had turned us on to. And we did try to find these ruins a couple weeks ago, but we didn't have good directions, so we were just out wandering around in the desert and didn't really find them. So we decided to go back because I was pretty determined to find these ruins because they're pretty cool, I guess. So we got better directions and we did go out there and find them. The trail was kind of treacherous. There was a lot of rock climbing and rock scrambling, which isn't really my thing. But I did it and I got up there and the view was amazing, and it's just really cool to see these things. So they're cliff dwellings. I don't know if you're familiar what cliff dwellings are, but back in the like 1400s, I'm thinking, is when they built these. It was the Indian tribes that came through and they would build in these cliffs like as high up as they could. If you've ever been to Mesa Verde National Park, that's what that's all about. It's lots of those cliff dwellings that are still there and you can look at them. But that's what this was. It was just a little one that was out in the middle of the desert. So we did find it and it was really cool to see. I'm glad I seen it. I'm glad I got down and didn't fall off the side of the cliff. I don't think I'd go back, but I'm glad I went to begin with. And I will enter some pictures at the end of the video if you want to check it out. They're pretty cool pictures, but if not, that's cool too. All right, so let's get on to the good stuff. Enough rambling about my life. So the first finish I have is, well, let me see. I can't remember what it's called. It is called My Love by Madame Chantilly. And I'd show you the pattern, but I lost the front page in my living room and I have no idea what happened to it. So can't show you, but I will show you the finished stitch. I think it turned out super cute. I've been working on this since last year. It is stitched on 14 count Venetian stone Aida, and I used all the called for DMC flosses. It's really cute. I like how it turned out. The colors are really pastel-y and super soft. Great for Valentine's Day. And she does have another piece that goes with it, but it's got little bunnies on it, so I thought if I stitched that one I could use it as like a Valentine's transition into Easter type piece, so I might have to pick that one up and do that. And on this one, I don't know what I did to this fabric, but I cannot get these creases out. So if anybody has any comments or suggestions on how to get these out, greatly appreciate it. I've tried ironing, I've tried like putting water on a cloth underneath it and then ironing with a cloth on top. I don't know, they're just like permanently in there. I can't get them out and I don't know why. So anyway, I'm hoping I can get those out before I try to finish it, because I don't want the lines in my finished product. So anyway, if anybody has any suggestions, please let me know. And then my next finish is the Sampler of the Month, February, by Cottage Needleworks. So I'm trucking right along on these little guys. I got the February done, and lucky me, there was no French knots in this one, so it's actually done. Not waiting on any fancy stitches to be added. I did stitch this on 16 count beautiful beige with all the called for fancy flosses. So that was all the finishes I had this week. And then I did have some whips that I was working on. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen some of these. I've been posting my progress along the way. And if you want to check me out on Instagram, I am the Youper Girl Stitching, and I will also link that in the description box below. So this one is February Trucking Along by Stitching with the Housewives. Another one that has a lot of white stitching in it, but I'm getting it. So I'm almost done with this guy. Probably just another night of stitching on it, and I will have it finished. So that is that one. That'll be my first trucking along that I finish, so yay! And then the next one I have, sorry about that, I'm on a glass table, so the next one is Just My Type by It's So Emma. And I started this one last year with the Be Mine Stitch Along. And this thing is a beast. Like, I had no idea that it was gonna be this big of a stitch. And let me tell you, there is a lot of fill-in in this guy. So this one will definitely not get finished this year, but I did make some good progress on it this month, so I was kind of happy about that. But it has the big typewriter in the middle yet, and man, it's a lot. But I do enjoy the fill-in, especially when it gets later at night, because I don't have to think too much or look at the pattern, and it's just mindless stitching. And I have this one in my little project bag that I made with Lori Holt Be In My Bonnet fabric. I think these turned out cute. It's a mess, but okay. And then the last whip I have to show you. Pretty proud of myself for starting this one. I started, well, let me show you the pattern here first. So it is Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt Be In My Bonnet. And this guy is also a very big stitch. I did not realize how big this one is either. So I decided to start on 32 count even weave. I'm not sure what it's called, but anyway, that's, I don't know, why not start the biggest project you can on a new count, right? Why not? Go big or go home, so they say. So this one, because it's 32 count and I had no idea what I was doing, I started stitching with one thread over two because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. So I started with the border because I wanted to get a base of where I needed to be, and then I went into starting the little flower. Well, I started the flower with the one thread, and it didn't look good. It was super like faded out. It wasn't bold enough for me, and maybe it's because of this fabric that I chose. The fabric's maybe too strong to do one strand, but either way, I said, well, that's not gonna work. So I ripped it out, and I'm stitching the inside part with two strands over two. And I think it looks a lot better. I think it pops out a lot more on the fabric, but I didn't want to rip out the border because it only has one thread. But I think the border looks okay with just one thread. So I might, what I'm thinking is just keeping the border with one thread and stitching the rest with two. And I hope that is okay. I think it will be fine. But I didn't want to rip out all that border. So I started stitching on this 32 count, and I was very surprised actually of how easy it is. I thought I was gonna have to have a hoop and a light and a magnifier and all this stuff. And I just picked it up and started stitching in hand like I normally do. And once my eyes kind of adjusted, I can actually do it. I don't know that I'd want to do it late at night when my eyes get tired, but for the most part, I was having no problem with it. So that was kind of exciting to know that I can do the higher counts without all the extra stuff needed. So I'll just keep plugging along on that one. I think it's such a big stitch. I'm thinking my goal is gonna be to do like 1 flower a month maybe, and that will be more of a realistic goal to try to finish it maybe by the end of the year. Because it's a lot of stitching, but I think it's gonna be beautiful when it's done. I'm excited to get it done and hang it up. I think I'll probably frame this one just because it's such a big and it's delicate, and I don't know, just deserves to be in a frame. And I also have that in my project bag from, I think it's Lori Holt's Be in My Bonnet. I don't remember what she called this one, but it's a mesh bag. It's a big bag too, holds a lot. So that was the last whip that I have. And then just a couple things that I picked up this week. We did go over to Cortez, Colorado, and went to some thrift stores. We'd never been over that way. They have actually a lot of antique stores too, and we did go to the Antique Corral, which, oh my goodness, if you guys ever get over here, that place is amazing. It's so big, there's so much stuff in there. I think you could spend like a whole weekend and not see everything. It's just, it was crazy, but it was so fun looking through everything. But I did find a couple of things at a thrift store over there. This one was a cross stitch, and it was just so cute. And it was just sitting there on the shelf all by itself. So, oh, I need to take her home. And it says, C is for Christ is born. And it was actually free, so I decided to take that and put it in my stash. And then I also found this crochet Afghan book, and I just flipped through it and I found a couple of stitches that looked kind of fun to do. So and I thought, well, pick that up as well. And then I was over at Family Dollar and I found this little guy, and I thought this would be so cute for a little finish. This can just be popped right off of here, so I could just like mount a finish right on the door, a little Easter finish. I thought it was really cute. It was only $5, so even if I don't put a finish on it, it's so cute. I would just hang it in my house anyway. So I did pick up that little guy. Okay, and then the last thing that I was super excited about that I wanted to tell you, when I was at that Antique Corral store, I found an old Singer sewing machine. It's a Singer 338. I'll insert a picture here for you to see what it looks like, but it is turquoise color. It is so pretty, and I had no idea if it worked. So I just brought it home because it was gonna be cute regardless. Even if I just put it on the shelf, I would just put it there. So anyway, I got it home, and my husband and I started playing around with it. I started doing some research, trying to figure out what it is, how to use it. And I found this YouTube channel, this guy, Andy Tube, I believe his name is, and he had a super detailed video on this exact machine, on how to use it, all the different like features on it. And so I watched his video anyway, and I started playing with it, and it's froze up, of course, because it's it was built back in like 1964, 65, so it is froze up. But I talked to the guy, and he's like, yeah, you can try all these different things. He was telling me on how to clean it. Excuse me. How to clean it, how to just check different things on it. He went into super detail. He was so helpful. So we have some crud cleaner that we bought. We're gonna rip it right apart and clean it all up and give her a bath and see if she will work. So this model, it has like 38 different stitches that it can do, which I thought that was pretty cool from being from the 60s. It was almost like it's ahead of its time. It was great. So anyway, I'm really excited about this little guy, if you can't tell. So I'm going to be working on her this week, cleaning it up, seeing what we can do with it, and I'm sure I will be keeping you updated on the progress of her. I haven't came up with a name for her yet, but I'm sure I will. If you have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think I should name her. And yeah, so I guess that's really all I have for this week. I hope to get some more stitching in. It's finally snowing here. We've been here for like a month and a half, and this is like the first real snowstorm that we've had. So I don't really plan on going outside much, so I plan on staying in and stitching, because what else do you do on snow days? And that's probably about it. So I guess until next time, have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and God bless.